Hey everyone, I'm so glad to continue sharing Hoai's story with you. If you feel connected to her journey, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to stay with us on this incredible path. Another morning begins just like any other. Hoai quickly grabs the broom and starts sweeping the house. In the soft early morning light, she moves gracefully, balancing urgency with patience. Meanwhile, Ba sits in the corner carefully slicing bananas to feed the chickens. Each sharp stroke of her knife breaks the silence, adding a rhythmic sound to the peaceful surroundings. They're both lost in their tasks, but each cherishes the simplicity of the moment, the quiet of their routine. Suddenly the door creaks open and Dieu steps inside. He's taken the day off, arriving early, eager to see Hoai. He's carrying a small gift for Tony, some toys. Before coming over, he stopped by the local convenience store. The familiarity of the place gives him comfort as he steps into the house he's come to know. Ba smiles warmly when she sees him. "Morning, Dieu, come in, come in." She greets him, her voice soft and welcoming. "Thanks, Ba." He replies with a relaxed, familiar tone as he takes a seat in the old wooden chair that's become a staple of his visits. A few moments later, Hoai emerges from the kitchen. Her face lights up when she sees him. "Good morning, Dieu. What brings you here so early?" She asks, her voice gentle and full of warmth. Dieu looks at her, hesitating slightly before finding his words. "I just wanted to stop by and bring some toys for Tony. I remember him having so much fun with the ones I gave him last time," he says, offering the small package with a shy smile. Hoai accepts the toys, her eyes twinkling with appreciation. "Thank you, Tony's going to love these," she says, her voice soft but filled with gratitude. As they chat, Ba, who has been quietly listening, speaks up. Hoai has been doing much better, but she still hasn't regained all her memories. She's still afraid of strangers, so I haven't let her go too far. Just a few days ago, she went up to the mountain with and she said she felt like she remembered something. She wants to go back again next time. Dieu nods, understanding the situation. He turns to Hoai with a concerned yet gentle expression. "I'm glad to hear she's doing better. I actually took the day off to take her to the hospital for a checkup. What do you think? Would you be okay with that?" Hoai pauses for a moment, her gaze distant. She gently clasps her hands together, lost in thought. After a moment, she quietly speaks, her voice hesitant but firm. "Thank you, Dieu, but I don't want to go. I really feel like I'll be all right." Ba, still worried, but respecting Hoai's decision, speaks again. "She's been taking herbal medicine and she's feeling better. She just needs some rest, not to rush anything." Dieu hesitates for a moment, but seeing Hoai's decision, he softens. "All right then, if you feel that way. Just make sure to rest and take care of yourself. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call me," he says kindly, his voice sincere. Hoai gives him a small appreciative smile. "Thank you, Dieu," she says quietly, her eyes showing her gratitude. With a gentle nod, Dieu says goodbye to Ba, then slowly walks out of the house. His heart is heavy with worry, but he understands that this is what Hoai feels is best for her right now. As Dieu walks away, the quiet of the house envelops him, leaving behind the unspoken stories that linger in the air. Hoai, though silent, feels the deep care and genuine concern from Dieu. Even if she doesn't say it aloud, at this moment, Hùng is still tossing and turning, unable to escape the overwhelming debt his mother has left him with. Everything feels like a spiraling trap with no way out. Countless times he has tried to find a solution, but it only seems to get worse. With no other options, Hùng decides to turn to his only trusted friend, someone who owns a nearby woodshop and is the only person who might be able to help him now. When Hùng walks into the woodshop, he briefly checks in with his friend about the business, but the atmosphere in the workshop is thick with the smell of fresh wood and the sound of saws fills the air. The two sit in the corner among piles of wood, starting their conversation. Without any preamble, Hùng expresses his worries and current situation. He explains the serious mistakes his mother made with Hoài, and now he's left to deal with the aftermath. He also mentions needing to borrow 300 million to settle the debt. His friend listens, clearly concerned, and after a moment of thought, he shakes his head, admitting that he can't help Hùng anymore. He doesn't have much money left, just enough for himself. But in the end, he hands over the little money he has left to help Hùng pay down the debt. Hùng thanks his friend, but his heart remains heavy. He explains that his family had to offer up a house to the loan shark in exchange for some money, and now they have nowhere to stay. His friend looks worried but offers a solution. "Don't worry, Hùng. You can stay at my old house for a while. We're friends, I'll help you out," he says, his voice deepening but still warm. Hùng nods and thanks him. Though the future is uncertain in this moment, he's not facing his struggles alone. The help, though small, brings him a sense of hope, even if it's only temporary. Meanwhile, as usual, Hoài and Ba Bae head out to the fields together. They walk slowly along the narrow dirt path, the morning sunlight filtering through the tall trees, casting patches of light and shadow on the ground. The fresh, cool air of the early morning weaves its way through the vast fields, carrying the scent of ripe rice and damp earth. Ba Bae, with her weathered but steady hands, leads the way while Hoài follows her eyes carefully, watching each step of Ba Bae's. They don't speak much, but the bond between them is clear, a quiet understanding. Hoài feels the peace in each step, knowing she's accompanied by Ba Bae, who has become like a second mother to her, providing care and protection through all the trials she's faced. Arriving at the field, Ba Bae begins her usual work, and Hoài joins her. Together they pull weeds and tend to the lush rice fields. These simple tasks, though physically demanding, seem to wash away all their worries, offering a moment of respite from the struggles of life. Though she doesn't say it, Hoài feels the warmth and tranquility that Ba Bae brings. Together they work, sweat falling to the earth, as part of what they've built and preserved over the years. Meanwhile, Hùng and his friend arrive at the old house. As Hùng looks at it, he sees it still retains the simple charm it had back in the day, but there's a strange emptiness to it now. The old wooden door creaks as it opens, and the roof tiles show the wear of time. Yet to Hùng, this house is still home, the place where he grew up, filled with sweet memories of a happy childhood. His friend stands quietly for a moment, then says, "I'll head back now. You stay here and clean up. If you need anything, just call me." Hùng nods grateful as his friend turns to leave. He watches his friend's figure fade down the path before turning back to the house. Entering, Hùng immediately feels the silence and emptiness of the place. Every corner seems to hold echoes of the past, but all that remains are the faint traces of time. He begins cleaning, dusting, and wiping down the old furniture. Each motion seems to try and restore the house to what it once was, though he knows nothing can bring it back to its former self. After about 20 minutes, the old house starts to look a bit more presentable, though it still carries the marks of time. Hùng feels a little relief, but deep inside, an unspoken sadness still lingers, building silently within him.
Chào các bạn, rất vui khi được tiếp tục chia sẻ các bạn câu chuyện về Hoài ca. Nếu bạn cảm thấy đồng hành với hành trình của cô gái này, đừng quên để lại một lượt thích và nhấn đăng ký kênh để tiếp tục đồng hành cùng chúng tôi trong hành trình này nhé. Một buổi sáng sớm lại bắt đầu, như mọi khi, Hoài ca nhanh chóng cầm chiếc chìa lên và bắt đầu có công việc quét dọn nhà cửa. Dưới ánh sáng mờ ảo của buổi sớm, cô di chuyển từng bước nhẹ nhàng, vội vã như những lời kiên trì. Trong khi đó, bà Bảy ngồi lại ở góc nhà, tay chặt những vài thứ thành những lát mỏng để chuẩn bị cho bầy đồ ăn. Những dao sắc bén của bà như một cắt đứt đi sự lặng lẽ tĩnh mịch của không gian. Hai người mỗi một công việc, nhưng để không quên những nếp sống giản dị, trân trọng từng khoảnh khắc bình yên. Đang say sưa với công việc, bất chợt cửa nhà mở ra và cô bước vào. Hôm nay anh xin nghỉ làm đã rất sớm. Anh thức dậy chuẩn bị đồ đạc và đến thăm Hoài ca, cầm trong tay một ít đồ chơi nhỏ cho công ty. Anh ghé qua cửa tiện lợi gần đó rồi nhanh chóng bước vào ngôi nhà quen thuộc. Bà Bảy nhìn thấy anh và khẽ mở cửa một nụ cười hiền hậu. Chào cháu. Đô, Hùng ngồi đi, anh đáp lại với giọng thân mật, bước vào nhà và ngồi xuống chiếc ghế gỗ quen thuộc. Không lâu sau, Hoài ca bước ra từ bếp, cô mỉm cười nhìn Đô, ánh mắt hiền dị. Chào anh, sao anh lại đến đây sớm vậy? Đô nhìn cô rồi chút ngập ngừng, nhưng anh lại lấy lại bình tĩnh. Anh muốn thăm cô một chút, mang chút đồ chơi cho Tony. Lần trước anh thấy cậu ta chơi rất vui. Hoài ca nhìn anh rồi cười nhẹ, đưa ra tay nhận lấy đồ chơi từ anh. Cảm ơn anh, Tony sẽ thích lắm. Cô đáp lại với ánh mắt toát lên sự vui vẻ.